Now, opposition leaders in Kyrgyzstan say they are now in control of the country and running an interim government, and they say they will hold elections in 6 months. But the existing president, Kurmanbek Bakiev, is refusing to stand down. He's at the moment in the south of the country, but won't reveal his exact location. The interim government appears to have restored order in the capital, Bishkek. Citizens are now having a day of mourning for the 75 people who were killed in Wednesday's uprising when security forces started shooting at the protesters. Robin Forestier-Walker has the latest from Bishkek.
There is a peaceful situation now has started to emerge in Bishkek. I've been driving through the streets this morning. There is a limited police presence now, which is a good sign. There was less looting last night than before. At the moment I can hear Friday prayers proceeding as normal just behind me. The situation appears to be calming down in this part of the country, in Bishkek, and in other cities as well. President Bakiev is in the south of the country, as we know, and he is holding out down there. He still insists that he is the legitimate president, and he has said he has no intention of stepping down. But he also stated that he wasn't planning to try to take back the capital by force. Maybe he's really not in any position to be doing so.
Now, our correspondent Niamh Barker is also in Bishkek, and he says there's a clean-up underway after this week's violent protests.
It's early morning in Bishkek, and after 2 days of violence, the first attempts at trying to clean up the capital are starting to take place. The signs of the devastation here in Bishkek are plain to see. Broken glass all over the ground here. This a medical centre, its windows completely smashed and its entire contents ripped out. There are also signs of blood here on the ground as well. We're told that where flowers have been placed, like just over there where that cap is on the wall, are possibly where people may have lost their lives. Just over the other side of the square, there is a list of the people that were actually killed here during confrontations on Wednesday. And this also, an armoured personnel carrier. On Wednesday, demonstrators attempted to drive this through the gates over there in front of the government headquarters. This is the White House here. You can see by the scorched marks just up in the top window there that the insides have been burnt and ransacked. And there is very much the smell of smoke still in the air here this morning. The nation as it stands is in the hands of an interim government. They say they will remain in tentative control of this nation until democratic elections can be called. The president of the nation, President Bakiev, has fled the capital. He's now believed to be in the city of Osh in the south of the country, although we are hearing reports that he may have already fled the country to Kazakhstan. The nation is trying to find out what its next steps are, but many people are concerned that there will be a repeat performance of the violence that has racked the capital, Bishkek, for the last 2 days, and also other towns and cities across this nation as a whole. Niamh Barker, Al Jazeera, Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan.
Well, Kyrgyzstan hosts a strategic US military base that supplies troops and resources to troops in Afghanistan. Now, up until now, the opposition in Kyrgyzstan has been critical of that base. But now they say it'll maintain the status quo while deciding what to do next. Patty Colhane reports.
In Prague, Presidents Medvedev and Obama publicly proclaimed their renewed partnership. But behind the scenes, both countries are angling to have a seat at the table when the chaos in Kyrgyzstan comes to an end and one side is recognized as ruling the country. The Russians were quick to pick sides, calling opposition leader Rosa Otunabayeva to recognize her self-declared interim government and slamming President Bakiev.
As for me personally, the events in Kyrgyzstan have taken me by surprise. At the same time, I can remember that when President Bakiev came to power, he harshly criticized toppled President Akiyev for nepotism and giving his relatives or friends top economic and political posts at every corner. I have the impression that Bakiev has fallen into the same trap.
The Obama administration greeted the current foreign minister in Washington, but only to cancel a scheduled meeting, and at the same time spoke to the opposition.
It's not for us to take sides one way or the other.
But the U.S. usually does side with elected leaders in any situation like this. Now officials are trying to make a distinction.
One of the important factors by law is the question of a military coup. There's no indication that the military or security services played any role.
The reason for the intense interest from both Russia and the U.S., they both have military bases there. Reuters is reporting a senior Russian official is saying there should be only one base in Kyrgyzstan, Russian. But Manas Air Base is critical to the U.S. fight in Afghanistan, especially as it moves in additional forces. This is the key air route that just last month moved 50,000 coalition forces into the war zone. The opposition leader says there are no plans to kick the U.S. out immediately, but other opposition leaders are saying the lease that runs out in July could be shortened. The U.S. has already dramatically increased rent payments after some of the same opposition leaders moved to shut down the base last year. The Obama administration is trying to walk a fine line now, saying it is a critical base, but insisting the mission in Afghanistan can still go on without it. The big question yet to be answered, which side in the Kyrgyz power struggle will prevail, and will they look to Moscow or Washington for guidance? Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera, Washington.
A U.S. aircraft has crashed in southern Afghanistan. The hybrid Osprey went down in Zabul province, killing 4 people and injuring many others. James Bays reports.
We understand that 4 people have been killed. 3 of those are servicemen, 1 a civilian contractor who are on board the Osprey. The Osprey is something you see quite a lot of in Afghanistan now. It's a cross between a plane and a helicopter. And the reason that they like this aircraft, the military, is because it has the range and speed of a plane, but also the flexibility of a helicopter. I understand that this particular Osprey was a specially equipped one used by the US Air Force. We understand this was probably a special operations mission that was underway, and I understand that this particular Osprey had been equipped with extra fuel tanks to give it even more range on this mission. NATO say they're investigating the circumstances of the crash in the very south of Afghanistan in Zabul province, but the Taliban spokesman, the Taliban commander in that area, has told Al Jazeera that they shot the Osprey down. I have to say there was another incident just over a week ago in the same province, in Zabul province, when an American American helicopter came down. There were no fatalities in that particular incident. Again, though, the Taliban making the claim on that occasion that they shot the helicopter down.